Welcome to Big Rascals, where we may be grown-ups, but we will never stop being rascals. We are a boys' book club, not just for the boys, but all those who enjoy reading, writing, comedy, and entertainment. Our purpose is to have fun discovering new worlds, making friends, and finding a cure for dyslexia. What's up, everybody?
Hey, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas time. Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Boy.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Derek, you're one of those Christmas guys that just loves Christmas
I
to
do love
death.
Christmas. I never loved it as much as I do now. That's probably because I married someone who just loves Christmas. My wife and I, we set up our Christmas tree right after trick-or-treating was done. Turned on the Nightmare Before Christmas and set up the Christmas tree.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm a refusal until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was my dad. He had the rule, no Christmas music until after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And as soon as, headphones and iPods were invented, the secret rebellion began.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love Christmas, though.
Same thing.
My wife definitely has made me enjoy it more in my adulthood than I ever have. So
Yeah, the ladies seem to just love Christmas a whole lot more. A heck of a lot more than the guys, than the lads.
Do you think it's because they like to shop?
Oh my gosh, you cracked the case.
Or decorate. My wife is decorate. She loves the holiday decoration. One year she put up the tree and all the ornaments and decorations, and it used to be for our family tradition we'd get together and do the Christmas tree all together as a family. And so I get home and the tree's already up with all the ornaments on it, and I'm like, what the heck?
You would have screwed up the patterns, Jeff.
Yeah.
She's like, aren't you happy
green
I got
ornament
it
too
all
close
up?
to a silver ornament or something.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned about being married is there's like some traditions that you're like, I don't want to let that go. But like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But what you gonna do? You start a new family, start new traditions, I
What
guess.
you gonna do when they come for you?
We're not bad boys. We're big rascals.
Yeah. Big boys. Big rascals.
Big rascals.
All right. Well, you guys ready to start with our top 5?
Yes, I would love to hear your guys' top 5s.
So we're going to do our top 5 Christmas movies this time. We kind of learned our lesson with doing 2 books and a deep top 5 and then talking about our own things. We all just had way too much to talk about. But this time around, we're going to simplify it just a little bit more. So, top 5 Christmas movies. Who wants to go first?
I can go.
Yeah, why don't you start, Jeff?
Yeah. All right. So I wouldn't say these are any particular order, just because when the mood hits, each movie kind of plays a different role. But I want to do an honorable mention because this movie has to be mentioned. Krampus, doesn't quite make the top 5, but that movie itself is just quite fantastic.
Von Krampus.
Yeah. if you watch The Office, it's Belschnickel, but
Yeah.
yeah, Krampus. It's just fantastic little Christmas horror movie.
Yeah,
It's
that
so
was pretty
fun.
good.
So fun. All right, my real top 5. We got Christmas Story. Shoot Your Eye Out. That
Classic.
one's just got a feel to it, right? And
Yeah,
just
no kidding.
the Christmas parade, toys in the window, the old schoolyard kind of nonsense.
Well, the daydreaming that he does too is just so reminiscent of a kid. I can't tell you how many times I dreamed about a paper I wrote and how I'm like, I really hope the teacher just praises it and makes me look like the most specialist boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the narration. I love it. I love the over narration of his older self telling it, and then the thoughts in his head. Oh no.
Yeah.
Is they gonna say this? What's gonna happen?
Come on, stupid, say something. Anything. Any name. Schwartz.
It is so good. It is definitely probably the nostalgic feeling movie of all time, in my opinion. That Christmas morning where he wakes up and there's snow covered everywhere. It's like a complete white Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And then the Christmas Day night where it's like snow falling and Silent Night's playing in the background. It is literally like the perfect Christmas
Yeah, that is
scene.
the paragon of what you want a snowfall to be on Christmas. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so good.
So good.
Just a complete classic.
Totally. Then we got Christmas Vacation. Such a fun one. Just Cousin Eddie and everything there. It's funny because you get different versions of it, like TV edits and other kind of edits of it, and you get different degrees of vulgarity. But funny enough, the swimming pool scene with the girl is always in.
Yeah.
They might shorten a little bit, but it's always going to be in there.
Oh, yeah.
That one, Chevy Chase, so funny. Just classic, just the rage moments he has when everything's falling
Christmas
apart.
lights.
Yeah, the Christmas lights, the family at Christmas. Oh,
When he fixes the knoll post with the chainsaw, just cuts it off. He's like, fix the knoll post.
But the moment that always gets me is when he's stuck in the attic and he's watching like the old reels from his old Christmas time, and he's like getting all the feels from it with that song playing, and you're just like, yeah, sometimes relatives can suck and holidays can be a mess, but you're just like, it's the holidays. It's be just still so special, despite the chaos that might ensue.
Yeah, I'll give you a hack. If you ever have an ugly sweater Christmas party, dress up as Cousin Eddie. You'll win it every time.
With the hunting hat, the robe.
Yeah. Yep. The shitter's
crapper's
full.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
What a classic.
So good. It's funny because if you've never seen it, the intro always throws you off. You're like, is this a cartoon?
Yeah.
Nope.
Is that the best vacation movie, too? Would you say?
I don't think I've seen any of the others. I've seen maybe
really?
bits and pieces.
Yeah,
but
I haven't seen any of the others.
I think it's by far the best.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, it's definitely in the top. Next, Muppets Christmas Carol. I mean, all the Christmas carols are great.
That movie.
But
oh man,
the Muppets, they just they bring the feels and the laughs, and the songs just so catchy. We're Marley and Marley. Whoa!
Yeah, I definitely have more to say on that because that's in my top 5. So I'll save what I gotta say when we get to mine.
Oh yeah. It's fantastic. It's just the tunes so good, and I mean, you have what's his name? Batman's butler,
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Yeah,
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. He, he's esteemed British actor, and he's having to riff with
Interact with
puppets.
Yeah,
be like stoic. He's like, wow, he did so good.
Oh, he did amazing.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about that when we get to my top 5.
Now, is that the best Muppet movie? Or is Muppet Treasure Island?
Muppet Treasure Island.
Christmas Carol's a smidge better than Treasure Island. But the reason those two are the best is because Michael Caine treated every puppet like a person, and Tim Curry, I almost missed the name, Tim Curry himself is a Muppet, so he just fit right in. So it was like a perfect blend of both sides.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, seriously, they both did amazing.
Songs are all fantastic. Both of those,
Yeah, listen to those in my free time.
We'll have to do a Treasure Island book, and then, I don't know how many movies they've made. There's Treasure Planet, Muppets Treasure Island, the
there's so
original
many.
Treasure Island.
Now, that's one live-action Disney movie I think they should do.
Yeah.
The rest, leave them alone. Maybe Atlantis. That would be pretty cool.
Atlantis would be kind of cool because I could see Danny DeVito as Mole. And I love that man.
Dude, that guy's getting old, though.
That's true. That's why it's got to happen soon.
Yep, they got to get him in everything before.
Man.
Yeah, that guy's a national treasure. Like, as soon as we lose him, I think cinema will be dead.
Cinema's dying. Oh, yeah. And then Rise of the Guardians. It's kind of a more obscure one.
Yeah, I don't remember when that came out.
It's more, and it's holiday, kind of general holiday, because it's like all the
you got the Easter
holiday
Bunny.
people, but I mean,
Easter Bunny, the
mostly
Easter Bunny.
wintertime. Yeah, but I mean, it's such a fun idea, just taking all like the holiday characters, and they're like these like action-packed, defenders of the world and all the magical things. A lot of real fun movie. That's one, pops in my brain every so often. I'm like, That movie, yeah.
Yeah, not, oh, that movie was good. Just that movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
I absolutely loved it when I was a kid, and watching adults, it's fun too.
Yeah.
And of course, I think one of the best like movies of all time, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's one movie, like, I watch it, and every time I watch it, it feels just a little different. I notice something a little different here and there, but I mean, just the feels in it, it's just so solid. And it,
Yeah.
I mean, there's some hard moments to watch, like when the drugstore guy like smacks him on the ear, and and just like so many
it gets
moments,
so
but
real and heavy
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of times. Oh my goodness.
but that's, I think, what makes it so good. It's hard hitting, and I mean, it some things are aged in it, and don't age as well as others. But I mean, in general, it's just so good.
Oh yeah,
Such a feel-good movie.
Yeah, that end scene where they're all seeing Auld Lang Syne and calling George the richest man in town. Oh,
Yeah.
gets me every time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that movie, like, when they're courting each other and getting to know each other, that like brings out the schoolboy in love feelings all the time.
I'll lasso the
Lasso
moon.
the moon for you.
Oh, Murray.
Like Jimmy Stewart is just such a
Put
national
it in your
treasure as
mouth and
well.
it'll dissolve.
I always crack up at the scene when the pool opens up and they're like going, "Ah," and all the crowd is just going, "Ah!" They're like, man, we're a real hoot, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's great.
so good.
Sweet. Was that 5?
Yep.
Yeah, that was number 1.
Well, I'll go because my list is pretty much the same as Jeff's list. There's not much of a variant, except my number 1 is A Very Jonas Christmas Movie.
What?
Very Jonas.
Yeah, the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, it just barely came out.
What?
What?
I don't even think I've heard of it.
I'm kidding.
Did Brooke like that? Did she put you up to that?
I think she tried to watch it, but she couldn't even get through it. Anyways, I'm surprised, Jeff. No Santa Claus?
Oh, I mean, it's so hard. There's so many. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's hard to put these in order. There's so many movies.
Talk about one of the like heavier movies.
yeah.
Kind of like Mrs. Doubtfire, where as an adult you watch it and you're like, oh man, this is way more heavier than I remembered as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Santa
Going through
dies.
divorce and
Oh, yeah. Losing his son. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's oh man, like the scene where you hear the court verdict and you see him just walking alone in the snow in his Christmas sweater, like I just feel so bad for him. Like that's when it hits me, like, oh, like when I was an adult, that's when it hit me. I'm like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
this is a big person movie.
As a kid, you don't even like it. It barely even phases you. You're just like, let the kid be with his dad. And as an adult, you're like,
don't quite
oh
understand
man, this is tough.
what's going on, but yeah, that's a classic for sure. I watch that every
For
year.
me, that's the quintessential Santa world. That's what the North Pole looks like. That's how everything functions there. That's how Santa functions.
Yep. I just want to try that hot chocolate that Judy.
What is it with
from-
movies making food lok so good?
Oh, no kidding.
Everyone
And as
looking
old
for
as
the
she
Ninja
was,
Turtles
every
pizza.
little boy had a crush on her.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yep.
She was like 300 years old or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not.
Hey, you still got a chance.
Let's see. Number 4 for me, Home Alone, for sure. Just I love like the whole, traps he set ups for. And I love
Chaos.
that now. Like I've seen, more adult movies and seen like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas and things like that. Watching him in Home Alone, trying not to swear is so funny. Where he's just like,
Have to do some gibberish. Yeah.
oh, it is so
man.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Home Alone and Home Alone 2, that has to be one of the best like sequels to a movie, I feel like,
Yeah.
that they pulled off.
Tim Curry, he's in number 2.
Yeah.
I believe Donald Trump is in number 2 as well.
Momentarily.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Definitely classic. I'm pretty basic when it comes to these.
Did you
these
hear
movies.
Macaulay Culkin's
His children don't realize it's him when they watch it?
well, not that, but like his idea for a sequel, or not like a third movie, because he wants to like not remake it, but he wants to do like what do you call it? A continuation. Yeah, like a continuation sequel. Have you heard his like idea of that?
No.
I was like, that's actually like pretty good. He was talking about how he would be the dad and like in a rough relationship with his son as like a single parent, and his son locks him out of the house at Christmas, and he has to get back into the house while his son set up all these traps. And so it's him, like, you know, as a grown-up now, as
Trying
like
to
Kevin
break into
McAllister,
his
trying to
own
break in and dealing with his son's traps and everything. And so it's not the same, like, it's not Home Alone 2 where it's essentially the same story. It's, you know, it's like a different, but with some kind of similar feels to it.
Yeah.
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 I was like, oh, yeah, I'd see that.
Kind of. But
Not just a rehash remake and like the Home Alones they have made, you know, after the fact. Home Alone 3.
I think they made like 5 of them.
Yeah, I think there's 5 now.
Yeah.
So, but have you heard the fan theory of that Kevin becomes Jigsaw in the Saw movies?
No, I haven't heard that, but I've heard the fan fiction of, in the Harry Potter world, Harry gets killed by Voldemort and they're about to take the castle at Hogwarts. And there's an American exchange student there, and it's Kevin McAllister just getting ready to just set up all these traps for all these Death Eaters.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Home Alone's awesome. That's a good one, for sure. Oh, and that mac and cheese that he never gets to eat.
Right?
I'm just like, take one bite. Oh.
You blessed it and everything, man.
Yeah.
Buzz eating all the cheese pizza.
Oh, man. And Buzz, your girlfriend. Yeah, that was the one problem with the Buzz Lightyear movie. Well, not the one problem. There's a lot of problems with the Buzz Lightyear movie. But I really wanted him to have a love interest just so I could shout at the screen, Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. But instead, we had the 2 women kissing so I could say, hey, Buzz, they're girlfriends. Woof.
I wish I was in the theater for that, Derek.
I don't waste my money going to the theater to see that movie. That movie was awful.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Spoiler alert. Buzz Lightyear is Zurg. Zurg.
Zurg.
Berserk.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, okay. Continue on, I guess. I mean, honorable mention for sure. Muppets Christmas Carol.
That's an honorable mention? It's not even on the list?
I love the 1984 George C. Scott Christmas Carol. That music is like spiritual for me. Like I'll feel it like in my soul from that movie. So good. I love it. That the ghost of Christmas future in that's what a Dementor should be. Not these flying around ghosts in sheets in the stupid Harry Potter movies they
The
made.
Muppet one is pretty freaky.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I like
massive with the fingers.
and his arms are like super long, like they're down to the ground. He's just sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
He has his
With his
hand on
purple
like
skin,
Michael Caine's shoulder, and he's just like,
That freaked me out as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man! But of course, like I remember thinking, oh my gosh, it's just like Lord of the Rings. It's a ring wraith. Oh my gosh!
Yeah. I think that there's some inspiration from that for J.K. Rowling with the Dementors, I feel like. Because, in the 1984 one, you see him just like kind of glide.
oh yeah, so creepy.
This ghost
The aesthetic.
is just gliding
Which
across
I
the
With
think
the
that's how
music, too,
Dickens
every time it
described
points.
Oh, I love that one. I know it's it's a little boring sometimes for some people.
I've never seen it, so now that you described the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, I think I got it.
Yep.
It's definitely the most raw, realistic. Of the night, or what do you call it? Christmas carols I've seen. Like to the book. I mean, almost word to word style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Christmas a Present ghost. He's pretty intense too. Like there's. Yeah. I don't spoil, but there's it's worth a watch because, like, I mean, you're just hitting around every corner. Like, you don't get the happy singing Muppets, but you get some bam, bam, bam moments.
A lot of feels for sure.
Crazy.
Yep. Yeah, my last two, number 2 and number 1, Christmas Vacation and Christmas Story. They'll swap from number 1 and number 2. They're just ultimate classics for sure. But my true honorable mentions, I mean, It's a Wonderful Life for sure. I mean, it's hard to make a top 5 because they're all so good, you know. But one for the kiddos, Babes in Toyland.
Babes in Toyland. That movie, are you talking about like the old one?
No,
like
I'm
that
talking
one's
about,
pretty freaky.
I
There's like a monkey.
think I've seen the old one, but I'm talking about the one with Keanu Reeves and Drew Barrymore.
I don't think I've
we
seen
talked
that
about
one.
We did talk about it. I still haven't seen it.
You've only seen the old one, right?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't even know there was a movie named Babes in Toyland until you talked to me about it.
I mean, it's been forever since I've seen it, but it's probably one of those movies that, like, if you watched high, it would be pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a wonky one. Every time it comes on, I'm like, what movie is this? And like 5 minutes in, Babes in Toyland.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's my top 5.
Well, I tried to be a little unorthodox with my top 5.
Good, we
but
need
also it. Because it sounds like we do need it. But my honorable mention is the Polar Express, guys. You don't want to see lifeless, annoying kids like with no light in their eyes and just the stupidest character decisions you're ever going to see, and the most passive protagonist ever.
Have you seen the AI fixes of it? They put it through AI.
I'm afraid to see what it is.
Amazing.
Okay.
It's crazy.
No, the fact of how bad it is kind of why I enjoy it now. Like, the whole movie is just basically filler.
Every character played by Tom Hanks.
The character doesn't even, and the main character doesn't even have a name. I looked at the credits like, wait, he's just called Hero Boy.
What?
And the girl's like, no one has a name except the Billy Kid and Santa Claus.
The Billy Kid.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I think they put all their budget into getting Tom Hanks, Josh Groban to sing, and they had Steven Tyler singing
that
in
Josh
one little
Groban
snippet.
song. That Josh Groban song is fantastic.
Yeah, they definitely knew they had some good songs because I noticed they play it quite a bit whenever they can. But like the protagonist, his whole journey. Most of the stuff, he never solves the problem. He's like the most passive protagonist ever, and it just drives me crazy. But I love to hate that film.
Yeah.
But I do love the engineers, just the pin! Where? There! Oh no! Just they freaking crack me up, man.
Oh man.
But for number 5, I have Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, oh man, that was
Arnold, and
that's the one I wanted to talk about.
man.
There's so many.
What's his name?
I love Sinbad.
Sinbad.
Oh yeah,
and Arnold,
Sinbad,
Arnold Schwarzenegger just trying to be a dad instead of the Terminator.
Sinbad's just like he's a chaotic mess in that movie.
Yeah, he is such a chaotic force.
Oh my gosh,
he is having a good time.
Dude, I love Sinbad when I was a kid. He was like one of my favorites.
And number 4 for me, I know you hate this film, but it's the Jim Carrey Grinch That Stole Christmas.
Yes.
It is the one-liners for me that do it.
it's like Shrek 2. It's a meme movie, entirely.
Oh my gosh, it just cracks me up every time, and I just don't know how you don't enjoy that.
I mean, partly probably I'm influenced by my mom's opinion on this. That she hates it so much. But, I love the classic Grinch, Dr. Seuss one.
I don't blame you. I just
really
feel
do.
like I'm not trying to dog on it, but Jim Carrey's just so freaking hilarious, and I know you're a Jim Carrey fan. We love the Mask. We love
for sure.
Cable Guy.
And that's really how the movie probably should be viewed. Is it's a Jim Carrey movie with a little bit of like cute Christmas in it with
and
Cindy
some
Lou
Dr.
Who.
Seuss-iness, because
Yeah.
you know the narrator with like all the rhymes they do, and even him just breaking the fourth wall, being like, "Oh no, I'm talking in rhyme," or he's like, "I must stop this Christmas, but how? But I mean, in what way?"
Yeah, I know it's a lot of people's favorite for sure, and I probably need to rewatch it, but it definitely feels like almost like an insult to Dr. Seuss to me.
Oh yeah,
in a way.
Entirely. It is not like it kind of spits on everything the story is meant to do because the Who's are so commercialized in the Grinch one.
You got a point there.
Yeah.
Okay, I see your point.
Because I mean, the whole point is like they were never commercialized to begin with, because like, you know, throughout the entire thing, it's always been about just Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. Well, like in the live action, again, I think it's got its place, just like Shrek 2. Shrek 2, I think, is a terrible movie, but it's a load of fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
I beg to differ. I think it's a great sequel, and I think it's a pretty good movie.
Oh yeah, it's yeah, it's
Yeah, I love Shrek too. I think it's pretty great.
Hey, to each their own, though.
yeah.
Okay, but for number 3,
We can both enjoy watching.
let's have a little debate here. The Lord of the Rings, because it has elves, and Gandalf is a low carb Santa, and the Balrog is
little
Krampus.
snow in it.
Balrog.
Yeah, and it's got some snow at the Pass of Kettergrass. No, I'm just kidding. Although I
If
would
that's
love
the
to.
case, then my number 1 is Return of the King. My number 2 is Fellowship, and then my number 3 is Two Towers.
That's how I was thinking of going. So like, I can't get away with this, but I could probably get away with this one. Number 3, what we're going to talk about, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's got Santa, and technically speaking, every day in Narnia is Christmas Eve until Santa comes.
True that.
And it's got Christ-centered themes, which, what's Christmas about? The birth of Jesus Christ. Oh
Christ
my gosh. So I have that as number 3. And that's my actual number 3.
All right.
And number 2, you guys are
Whoa,
going to
You're talking about the new Disney one.
like the one that came out in 2005?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm talking about that one.
Yeah.
Although the BBC ones are kind of they're
We'll get
pretty
into
enjoyable.
that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Okay, my number 2, I know you guys are going to fight me on this one as well. I know you don't think it's a Christmas movie at all.
Oh, get out of here
It's
with
Die
Hard.
Oh, come on, man. It is so good.
This
It's
is
so
like
legendary.
the Pluto debate. You know, if we allow Pluto to be a planet, we have to let like 50 other planets, dwarf planets, become planets. If we allow Die Hard to be a Christmas movie, then Harry Potter's a Christmas movie.
Yep.
Then Jurassic World's a Christmas movie. Then
Jurassic World.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
leave for Christmas.
that's their Christmas gift.
Yeah, like the parents,
whatever.
that's their Christmas gift, is sending them to Jurassic World while they figure out their divorce.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't think about that because they never get back to it later.
Yeah.
It's not important in the film.
Anyways,
What the
that's my opinion on it
Oh,
for
man,
sure.
I still watch Die Hard every Christmas. I love that movie so much. It's such a great.
Yeah.
It's about a man
Great
who's
movie, for
finally
sure.
coming to realization of his flaws and getting back together with his family. And it happens at Christmas. The whole thing
Christmas.
happens at Christmas. Not just because there's a Christmas tree. The whole thing is on. Well, not on Christmas, but during a Christmas party, during Christmas time. So the whole Harry Potter thing, like where you see Christmas trees because they have Christmas every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Not the whole story doesn't happen during Christmas.
I will say there are so many movies like that where there's just so much debate over whether it could be a Christmas movie or not. Just because, yeah, you get some Christmas elements, or even then, like, yeah, it's over Christmas or something. But it's just like, I mean, I tell you, it's like every year I hear of a new movie and somebody's like, yeah, this is a Christmas movie. Let me make my argument. And then they lay out something and it's just
Type out 50 sentences why this is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I have all the reasoning. Your argument is invalid.
I've yet to see it, so I can't say my opinion is enforced either way, but I mean,
man,
it's on the
love it.
list.
I love it. And you get some great one-liners, and there's a scene where he the guy he kills, he sends down the elevator and he writes, "Ho, ho, ho, now I've got a machine gun." Some great guerrilla warfare tactics. Oh, I love it. It's such a great action film. So many action films have copied its format to this day.
For sure.
Number one for me is The Muppet Christmas Carol. I love that film. Yeah. I love the story of the Christmas Carol, and Michael Caine is the reason that Muppet movie is elevated, because he even said himself, "I'm going to treat this like the most serious film, like it is just the most important film that's being made." So he's just talking to all these singing Muppets just bouncing around, and he's treating them so seriously, like they are actual people. He carries that film and transcends it to just more than just a silly Muppet movie.
Gotta love Michael Caine.
His interaction with the rats he employs. "How would you like to spend Christmas on the unemployment line?
Heat wave. This is my island in the sun."
Oh my gosh, Rizzo, he makes the movie. Rizzo and Gonzo, so man, funny.
Rizzo and Gonzo just on the side, with Gonzo being Charles Dickens and Rizzo just with these sarcastic remarks.
Always eating.
I forgot my jelly beans.
Oh, they were in my pocket the whole time.
And he's just like, "Wait, you can fit through the bars? You're such an idiot." But I love that movie, and I just love the story of A Christmas Carol. Just so full of hope and salvation and redemption. And it's what actually told me in the song. What song is it? "The Most Wonderful Time of the Year." It's like, we'll tell scary ghost stories and tales of the glories. And as a kid, I was like, "Ghost stories? This ain't Halloween."
Ghost stories.
And then my brother was like,
sense.
"You realize the Christmas Carol has ghosts in it, right?" I was like,
"It's literally."
And then it was like a light bulb moment as a little kid. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's scary too."
Oh yeah, I mean Dickens is like, him writing the Christmas Carol really, like, that was, I think, what cemented so much of the image of Christmas, because you have the ghost of Christmas Present, who is like basically Santa, and in especially in the Muppets one, I mean, the way he laughs, "Ho ho ho, come in and know me better, man." Yeah, it's just like, "Hey, Santa." So I mean, just and the story, fantastic.
And it's pretty interesting. Just a side tangent, like how Charles Dickens, how he came to write that. He was kind of like down on his luck. He was kind of in the same mindset as Scrooge, just not liking everything. Like, he was not getting much published at that time, and he needed another big break. In fact, a really fun way to learn about that is if you look up all of like the Tabernacle Choir's Christmas concerts, they do one, like they have a story in each one, and they talk about Charles Dickens in one, and they like do this great thing where a guy is Charles Dickens and he gets his own visit from the ghost of Christmas Present. And the ghost of Christmas Present is John Rhys Davies. It's Gimli, man. And they do like these cool things where they have him on fish wire just flying above the audience and everything. Man. It's so come across that. Cool.
That's awesome.
I'm so jealous. My parents were there live, and I've only seen it on the TV, and I'm like,
dang, yeah.
Yeah, but that's a really fun thing to see. It's really cool, but I digress on that.
I just remember one of the best remakes of the Christmas Carol, American Carol. You do remember that? So is it Michael Moore? Is he the socialist movie maker? So I think so. Some conservative guy was like, "All right, let's make a movie where he is Scrooge, and he comes to realize the error of his ways through like some, series of ghost supernatural events."
Doesn't like Chris Farley's brother?
Is
like the lead in that?
He plays the Michael Moore character. Oh my gosh. It's a Christmas Carol story, but American Carol Americanized to like basically, make him more patriotic. And
is it better than Spirited? I hated that movie so much. Although the choreography was amazing in that film.
Oh yes.
It's a pretty, there's a lot of dumb humor in the movie. Like there's one scene where two Navy guys go into a bathroom stall together, insinuating the usual Navy joke. You're just like, as a kid, I had no idea what that meant. And I'm like, why are they going into the stall together? Ignore that.
Did you guys know? Did I tell you on my mission I had to do at a zone conference? We did a little play. We did a Christmas Carol story with a missionary, Elder Scrooge.
Elder Scrooge
was visited by 3 ghosts. It was great.
That's fantastic.
I was the ghost of Christmas Present. So,
and would you say that during this presentation, the Holy Ghost was present?
Probably not.
Oh, you guys are not ready.
Bunch of missionaries trying to be serious.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Oh man.
Well, why don't we jump into my third favorite Christmas movie, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Woo! Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're here.
Well, I got to say, before we jump in, next year, whoever it lines up with, should consider A Christmas Carol for their
I
book.
would love that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great book.
Just putting that out there, but we'll see.
It's a short one.
It is a
but
shorty.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely worth. I think that'd be fun because then we could dive into all the Christmas Carol movies too.
Yeah,
That's true.
That'd be quite a list, but yeah.
for sure.
Totally. All right. So I guess we can dive into kind of maybe a little synopsis of the events that kind of proceed through the story. Man, I tell you, every time I read this, I will say the movies are so cemented in my brain with the book that every time I read it, I'm like, wait, isn't this supposed to be happening, or is it supposed to happen this way? And I'm just like, am I reading the right book or something? It's just, they're so melded together. But
Yeah.
the book is just so, it's such a fast book.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
He doesn't waste any
Very
time.
Yeah.
easily adaptable to a movie, I feel like. For sure.
Which I feel the 2005 edition, they did a really good job
Yeah.
of keeping that faithful and just not really missing a beat. Like, it's one of my, that could be another top 5 thing we can do, best book to movie adaptations.
Yeah.
It is a really good adaptation.
It's definitely in my top 5 for that.
For sure.
Added and changed quite a bit, but even then, you said, I think it's an amazing adaptation for just the fact they kept so much of the essence of characters
Right.
and feeling from the book.
It blows my mind that it's Disney that's doing this. They're staying loyal to the source material and the Christian themes.
2005
that are in there.
Disney,
I'm like,
the
oh
better
my
days.
gosh. They would not be caught dead doing this. Holy cow.
Yeah. Or they'd probably make Aslan a Lizzo or something.
Oh, man. Yeah. Make him a body positivity activist or something. Geez,
Side
I'm
with the
Crow.
witch in the
That would be
end,
so
and
bad.
then they. Oh man, yeah. But
Did you have a summary for us this time?
Well,
I don't know.
this is a book I feel like a lot of us probably don't need the summary, but if you need a summary, it's about 4 kids who go into a magical world named Narnia, find themselves part of a prophecy to fight an evil witch that has an eternal winter on the land, and to basically be empowered and taught and be marveled at the lion Aslan, which we can talk later, how I feel like in a lot of the books of Narnia, it's kind of like Deus Ex Machina or Deus Ex Leo.
he literally is Deus interfering.
Yeah, which that's one thing I want to talk about later is how does him being Deus Ex Machina in almost every book not ruining the stories here? Because usually a Deus Ex Machina just
Yeah, that is
or
a
we can
good,
jump into that now because that's
way to
because I
analyze
never
it.
hate
Yeah.
these books. Well, one of them out of the 7, there's one I think is kind of a dud. That's The Horse and His Boy.
Oh, really? Oh, damn. I love that one. I'd say Prince Caspian is kind of the dud for me, but interesting.
I can see your reasons why there, but The Horse and His Boy, I still reread it every time I read all 7. But I'm kind of oh my gosh, this just doesn't feel as consistent as all the other because you have the Middle Eastern Calormen and everything, Calormen. And I'm
Calormen.
why I was not. It feels like it's so out of theme for the whole thing,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's still an entertaining story. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
it's still pretty
Yeah.
entertaining.
It's definitely a side story for sure. Yeah, it doesn't feel important to the major narrative, really. The overarching narrative, I should say. But even then, for me, I think I loved it for the world building. But that'll be a different book.
Yeah, the world building. I agree. The world building was great because you have Edmund and Susan in Calormen, and you hear the Tisserach talking about how he never invades Narnia because I hear there's an evil giant lady there and everything. They're like, no, the winter's ending, and it's so the actions of others did affect the world around. That's just basic good world building.
Yeah. I think C.S. Lewis, when he was writing this, it seemed like he was for the most part, writing. I can't remember if I've heard this is true or not, but he was writing this kind of as a single book to like kind of narrate almost the story of Christ to like kids in a very simplistic way, in a fantastical way. But I mean, it is such a beautiful children's story of like, the kids, they go to this mansion of basically a family friend to get away from the bombings in London, and they're given this kind of almost mystical house to explore with all these kind of strange rooms and artifacts, and this professor who is residing there is kind of a quirky character, and then in their exploring of the house, Lucy proceeds to go through this magic portal, right? Which I don't know how many books before this did the portal like trope, but this is for me like I just love the portal idea of fantasy, right? What is it called? The fantasy genre, portal to another world, right? Mm-hmm. Like you actually you're going from one world to another, and it's funny because my wife has never read the books. But when we watched the movie, she said she was asking all these questions like, well, how does the whole time difference thing work? Why are they coming back and, the same age and time hasn't passed and all this confusion? And it's funny because he touches on it like when they talk to the professor, right?
He totally.
He's like, well, this is a different world, right? It should have like the kids.
Why would it obey our time? Why would it follow our time? Like, and he's just being like, this is all logic, children.
What do they teach these kids in school?
What do they teach in these schools these days?
Yeah. And it's so simple. Like as a kid, you're able to grasp it pretty well. It's laid out really well. But I love the dynamic of setting up Edmund to just be this bitter character, and Lucy, who's just this innocent little child who, she's not lying. She's not known to lie. And she's put in this position to be kind of in the spotlight of, is she lying or not? And Peter and Susan are kind of having to debate, do we believe our sister? And the part that kills me always is Edmund, when he ends up going to Narnia. I guess, do we want to talk about Lucy meeting Tumnus first?
Well, I don't have much to say on that except the little interesting fact I had because I felt like this was a good segue.
Good
segue into it. A little fun fact for you. Did you guys know that, because you guys know Tolkien and C.S. Lewis were friends, right?
Oh, yeah.
Tolkien didn't like Narnia very much.
Yeah,
oh, really?
I can see why.
Yeah, he was pretty critical of it. Like, one of his criticisms was that it was, like, mythologically inconsistent. And it was like,
makes complete sense.
Yeah, like they almost ended their friendship when he read that Santa Claus. And he's like, you can't just have Santa show up. And like an easy
Do you
example
have a
of
language?
Yeah. Tolkien was always like, I want to know a history.
Oh gosh.
And he even admits in some of his letters that he's like, I'm just a very meticulous man. And he was never public with his criticisms. This was all in letters that he had. And like, when you read them, you're just like, man, are you even friends with this guy? And I think they almost ended their friendship when he saw that Santa came.
Honestly, I think it goes to show how good of friends they were, right? Because they were able to, despite their differences and critical, their maybe critiques of each other.
But like, I guess the segue here with his kind of one problem with the mythological consistency, like fauns and satyrs, usually in mythology they're associated with lust and some form of wickedness. And Tumnus technically is, he's deceiving Lucy, but he like repents pretty quickly and he becomes a great friend. And
he plays Tolkien a more innocent, he's joyful, more of dancing. And
Tolkien was just like, that's not right, that's incorrect. Like, what are you doing? Whereas Lewis, it seemed like he was just like, I just want to tell a good story.
Yeah. I mean, it is a kid's story, and I think he's taking what is supposed to be sometimes more mature. I mean, anything from Greek mythology is going to be, obscenely erotic.
Yes. But one of my favorite memes of that is just it's got two panels, and one of the pictures is like of some professor Or like it's like the Patrick with the microscope. It's like Tolkien. I'm gonna make this so detailed and so meticulous that everyone's gonna be able to learn the 7 languages that I make up for this, and follow the geography I follow step by step. That people will be able to make this journey themselves. And then the other picture is Danny DeVito from Always Sunny saying, "Anyway, I just start blasting it, editing it over saying, anyway, Santa Claus shows up. So anyway, I have Santa Claus show up."
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that kind of sums up the 2 authors right there. And yeah, Tolkien, like, he's my favorite author, but I can't take everything he says like as the best, because I love these books, and Tolkien did not. And Tolkien also hated Dune, which like. I'm like, sorry, buddy.
I can see why that.
Yeah. I'm like, sorry, dude. I like Dune as well. I can't just agree with you on everything here.
Yeah.
But he seemed to have the awareness to be like, yeah, I'm just so meticulous and everything that I'm probably never gonna like this.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's a good thing we got different authors like that, because then we end up with Lord of the Rings and Narnia.
Well,
Both treasures.
I do feel like they both have like very similar Deus Ex Machina.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Gandalf.
Eagles are
Which
essentially like
angels.
angels.
I always see the Eagles,
Yeah.
as the angels of heaven, because Tolkien said his inspiration for like the Black Gate with Pippin saying the Eagles are coming was when he was sitting in a. Wait, should I even talk about this? We're supposed to be talking about C.S. Lewis and Narnia here, and here I am talking.
They're so
I think we can
connected.
relate.
But yeah,
Relate.
like he was sitting at an
Relate.
Easter message in his Catholic church, and he came up with the word eucatastrophe, kind of like a meld of euphoria and catastrophe, basically saying an event so bad that you could never think it's going to be good, but then it does. And that's how he described the resurrection of Christ. Like all his apostles, they see him dead. They didn't think any man could kill him, and he's gone. And they fully didn't understand what he meant by "I'll rise from the dead in 3 days, take down, destroy this temple, and 3 days I will raise it up." And then to have the resurrection happen, and them just being so in awe of it happening that it's now euphoric. Right in the midst of a catastrophe, it becomes euphoric. And that's how he described the Eagles coming at the Black Gate and Pippin yelling, the Eagles are coming.
The Eagles
Yeah.
are coming.
And that's what made me realize
Yeah.
the Eagles are the angels of God. Because they are, if you go in the whole mythos, just a little tangent there, they are the, I just forgot the word. I'm so sorry. They're like not the footmen, but the heralds of Manwë.
Yeah.
Who is like the king of all the Valar, the gods, which is kind of like the Greek pantheon. But
yeah.
you could also say he's kind of like Jesus, because he says he's the closest to Ilúvatar, which is god of Middle Earth. But I digress. We're here to talk about Narnia, which I got more to talk about.
I mean, I would say it's so cool to have had these authors who knew each other, right? And again, masterful writers and who produce these masterpieces, and it's like it's
Tolkien
good to compare them.
Was the influence for C.S. Lewis to become Christian?
Yeah, exactly.
And to re-spark his belief in God, because he was born Christian. I think he was Anglican I think he joined Anglican after Tolkien sparked his faith, but he was an atheist when he knew Tolkien.
Yeah. It just, you think if they didn't meet, like what would have come from both of them? Maybe Tolkien would have produced what he did, but definitely not C.S. Lewis coming out with Christ-based.
Oh yeah, Mere Christianity,
literature.
Screwtape Letters, Chronicles of
love
Narnia.
those. Well, actually, someone told me that C.S. Lewis did not have a high opinion of Latter-day Saints, and he actually has like a throwaway line in, I think, Voyage of the Dawn Treader that kind of like mentions like Eustace's parents have like special underwear or something. And I'm like, I gotta go back and check it, because I'm like, I'm calling fake, but I'm wondering if you guys noticed it.
Yeah, I don't recall that, but like I said, the movies and books have been so confuddled in my mind.
And we still can't argue much with Lewis, because we're always quoting him to defend Christianity. Like,
dude,
you may have hated us, but we love you.
Yeah.
If he hated us, then he didn't really understand us at all, because a lot of what he says and talks about
and he's like the most
very
quoted
in line.
non-Christian person, or non-LDS person. Sorry.
Authors of the
in general conference, just all the time.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes writer, his first book it goes entirely into. It takes a huge portion of it takes place in Utah about Sherlock Holmes.
Oh yeah,
and like he paints the pictures of the Brigham Young pioneers as these horrible people.
Oh gosh,
I mean he had animosity towards the LDS Church. I think later in his life he came to like understand them a little more, but like initially, right, like communication wise, it's so easy to kind of gain some knowledge. But back then, right, like you hear stories, and that's kind of what the knowledge that was passed to you. So I imagine, if anything, hearing stories of members of the church from, well, he's in England, probably didn't.
So you're saying misinformation still spread just as fast and badly before the internet and everything?
Yeah.
So the more they change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's interesting for sure.
But back to Mr. Tumnus.
Yes. Mr. Tumnus.
I mean, yeah, it's a fun introduction to this magical world, right? She meets this mystical creature,
Fawn,
and I love. I guess we could probably start comparing the book to the movie, because I think it's just going to kind of work itself in. But
I think as we go, for sure,
the book. Lucy kind of just sees him, and they're like, "Oh!" And she surprises Mr. Tumnus. And in the 2000, and that's the same for the BBC. But in the 2005 movie, Lucy screams like she's going to be assaulted or something, and you're just like,
I think I would,
right?
Because I don't know about you guys, but I feel a little uneasy with Mr. Tumnus in the movie.
Hair?
No, I'm like the lack of clothes. Essentially, he's like naked.
Greg, are you saying that you and Brooke were watching this, and Brooke just came with you like, okay, hear me out here?
No.
Okay, good.
No. I just feel like in the BBC, they have a coat. He wears like a little coat. I'm like, okay, I think I can take that. But in the Disney one, he's just bare chested. It just feels so awkward.
Yeah, it does.
It's just like clothe him just a little
too
more.
much skin.
He almost needs to be a little smaller too. In the 2005 one, he seems just too big for me, because like I imagine a fawn kind of like Phil of TD's, right? Just this short like satyr, like creature, barely even like a human. But in this one, he's like human height. And
yeah.
But I mean, granted, it's What can you do back then with the actors? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
the BBC, he's like 7 feet tall. He's on like stilts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what it is about movies like the BBC ones where like you just see they're trying their darndest and they don't have much of a budget.
Oh yeah.
It's so charming to me.
Gosh.
Like I can't just hate it. It's just so charming, especially the beavers and just how they're like oh man.
You know,
and you just
like
have
the
2D animated animals with it. Like I can't just discard that. I'm gonna like it just because of how like it's a product of its
They
time.
tried.
Yeah, those costume designers are doing the best they can with what they got.
Compare and contrast to Lord of the Rings and in the modern one, they have practical costumes in the modern or Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which for the most part I felt like were pretty fantastic. But and then some pretty simple CGI, I feel like. But what do you guys think of? Because when she's with Mr. Tumnus and he's playing his flute and she's kind of drifting off and she starts kind of seeing these visions of like the magical summertime with the fawns and the dryads and naiads. In the original or the BBC, they play pretty faithful to like how she's kind of imagining this kind of fairy tale place. With these like visual visions, but in the modern one, she's like looking into the fire and starts seeing like the dancing dryads and dancing fawns, and as she's drifting off, and then like the lion appears, right, to kind of disrupt it. Like what do you guys feel like with those changes? Do you feel like, because for me, like I almost like it more, but then I'm also like, it's such a huge change to like the feel of the moment.
I don't know. Like I don't know if it's such a huge change because this is where I think a lot of movie directors get like changes wrong. Because in this, yes, it's a change, and you think it's a very drastic change, but it's still getting the same point across of, like, is she imagining or isn't it? Like, Tumnus gestures to the flames, insinuating that he knows that it's doing that, but it's still getting the idea that, oh, Lucy's mind is being filled with these visions of what Narnia was and how magical and fun it was. Like, and in the BBC, they're faithful to the book. You're still getting the same message across.
Yeah.
And with the flames, and you had the lion disrupting it. That's great foreshadowing, showing that when Aslan comes, he disrupts the winter. He brings on the spring. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about it.
But then I want to move on to the Edmund coming to the world.
Yes, let's talk about him.
Such a big jerk to just in general, but
Yeah.
Yes, like Lewis did a great job of really in the beginning just making you like totally feeling justified for just dogging on Edmund and just thinking he's the stupidest guy and he gets what he deserves.
Oh yeah.
And side note,
Maybe a little too much.
yeah, maybe a little too much.
I still hate him.
Oh, really?
I feel like the 2005 movie kind of goes to justify some of his like emotions. The book really only states that he started acting like this when he was in school. Or when he started going to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it mentions how he kind of shifts back to his original self before then. But in the movie, it kind of plays the narrative that his father's off at war, and he's just trying to hold things
Be
together.
his own man, and Peter's like,
Well, Peter being the
boss of
oldest
him.
is also
Yeah.
being his own man and taking on the mantle of, well, I'm the closest thing to a dad we got. And which I can understand Peter's stance as well. But I can see Edmund just being annoyed by that. Again, which you see him saying, like, stop acting like dad or something like that.
Yeah.
But also, little small tangent here. How many of you saw the 2005 Turkish Delight and think, that looks like the delicious. That looks good. And then you find out what it is and you're like, I don't want to eat that. Oh, no.
well,
Oh, no.
what?
Oh, man.
And what opinion do you have about which one looks better, the BBC or the newer one?
The newer
Disney
one. Because
man.
it looks like it's covered in powdered sugar. And
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
they
like
both
my
look-
favorite
they both
ingredient
look
on like my
delicious.
waffles, my French toast. I love having powdered sugar.
Would
And
you
Turkish.
guys
My
betray your
goodness.
family for some Turkish Delight? I want us to do a little taste test here.
I only had like rose-covered Turkish Delight.
Rose
Or
flavored.
rose-flavored, yeah. And it was nasty.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, this one it seems like it's supposed to be
Greg,
Turkish
we're not
Delight.
barbarians here.
But do you need a knife?
Yes.
Don't cut yourself. But yeah, I figured we could try it and see if Again,
Oh, man.
caveat: the witch's Turkish Delight. Edmund describes it as. I think the narrator describes it as being like so delicious you could just keep eating and eating and eating. And I think that's like the point of her magic, right? Is it's empty, like he never fills up. It's emptying, but the flavor's
Leaves
there,
you with
right?
want.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
it leaves you
pistachio.
wanting. So
Apricot one.
I'm gonna try both, but
They do look delicious.
Apple
And
and walnut.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say, even though they were rose flavored, I still enjoyed them.
Ooh, there's
And they
apple
have
ones.
great texture.
dang, that's a good texture. Pistachio.
Oh, boy.
Look at that.
I was expecting something more waxy,
Huh.
but
Yeah, I want to try one of these too.
Yeah, I'm trying the apple ones. Actually, surprisingly okay.
Apple?
Yeah, they have apple, walnut, apricot.
I don't know what this one is.
My goodness.
Well, that's
Apple
way
is-
softer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Try
these ones aren't
pistachio.
called Turkish Delight, but they look exactly the same. So,
Try two pistachios.
How about 2 bananas?
My hands are holds a big.
with his feet.
Honestly, the pistachio ones are pretty good. I like
Yeah, those ones are pretty dang good.
a little bit more nutty.
A little more chewy.
But like, why would that be the first food he described? Just like, because he had real world, like he had this.
This is 1930s. 1930s
I guess I
England,
can see
right?
this as a can.
During World War II?
So
Yeah.
1940s.
Yeah.
Was it before or
40s.
after the U.S. joined the war? Because they were bombing England. So is this like
It was probably 44, 45.
44? Yeah. I'm the archaeologist, right? I should know.
Yeah, you should know. I'm a dumb blue collar worker. I can't know that stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's your choice, huh? I mean, when there's Snickers, there was Snickers back then, or Mars Bar, or Three Musketeers, like this weirdo.
With the strawberry and the vanilla and the chocolate.
I think that's when they got rid of it. So
actually
who
pretty
knows?
good.
But yeah, pretty good. But
Would you?
Is it more
would
so
you sell out your
just-
family
the name Turkish Delight, that makes it sound so appealing.
and the appearance when he's eating it, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In the magic
Looks
box.
like a pastry full of jam or something. I'm just like, oh, that looks good.
It does look good, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'd say the thing that one of the biggest differences is how the witch, I think, acts. The BBC one is, I feel like, spot on to how the witch is in the book. But I mean, I would say I love how the witch is in the 2005 movie because she seems a lot more manipulative in the movie. In the book, she seems like more radically emotional. Like in a moment, she flies off the handle. And in the 2005 one, she's like, immediately when she sees Edmund, she's like, "Oh, hello," and like immediately starts to kind of work him into like trusting her. And in the book, she's just like ready to kill him in an instant as soon as she meets him for like being in the way of of her sleigh and not addressing her as your majesty. And she's like, "I'm gonna kill you."
yeah.
Which makes sense if you take the whole 7 books, or I guess The Magician's Nephew and this one in context, because you learn that later in this book she's descended from both Lilith, who in this world is a jinn, and giants. So she's
Some deep Christian lore there.
yeah, she's got that blood in her, but at the
Or
same
he's
time, when
Catholic.
in The Magician's Nephew, she took the silver fruit where she got immortal life, but she was also told
Cursed.
that, she's cursed to never be actually happy. So it just makes sense why she'd be flying off the handle. That, like anything is going
Constantly
bad.
miserable.
And I think this was actually the very first book as a kid that I read before seeing the movie, and I felt like so cool because I was like, making the connections, and it's because we read it in class. It was like I was in 4th grade and we all read the book, and we were watching the BBC along with the chapters we did. And so when this one came out, I just remember feeling so smart and intellectual, just being, oh my gosh, they messed up this movie. Her skin isn't white as salt, as it says. Oh my gosh, they are so bad. Because the BBC one, she's white as salt, man.
Oh my gosh.
And I just thought,
painted on. She
But
probably
this-
got lead poisoning.
yeah, but this goes back to kind of what's talking about the fire. Like, you made a change, but was it crucial to the plot and to the spirit and the message of the story? No, not really. Like, you can
Point still gets across.
Yeah, the point still gets across. The themes
feeling's
are still
still
there.
there.
The feeling is still there.
Yeah.
So, and this is probably why I'm still loving the 2005 more than the BBC, even though I'm never going to dog on the BBC. That is still just a great piece of work.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of the movies they showed us in elementary school, just when they wanted
For
to
sure.
distract us and not like teach us. They were just like, "Here, watch this." You're like, isn't this a Christian movie?
Well, funny thing, while we watched it as we were reading the chapters, we stopped the book right before Santa comes
Oh,
up.
dang.
So I had no idea it was Santa. And then we were watching the movie, and I remember they're in the tunnel, and the beavers are saying, "Come out, come out." And then right when the camera shows the whole sleigh with the reindeer, that's when my teacher turned off. So I just got half a second glimpse. And then one of the kids in the class, he was usually the class clown, but he just went, "It's Santa!" And I thought he was joking. I
don't believe you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's just being that class clown. What a funny guy. It's not going to be Santa. And then we started the next day, and then it's actually Santa. And I was just looking at him, like,
Oh man,
how'd you know? Oh my gosh, you were being serious?
amazing! He probably was, I wasn't being serious.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I can see how Tolkien was a little upset with Santa just showing up.
Well, I entertain myself too many times, because I've seen black and white film of like Tolkien talking. I'm just trying to imagine him just being like, "Oh, you can't do this," just like having a brain aneurysm with like his pipe in his mouth, just like what, and like taking off his glasses. What? Santa? You want Santa in this?
Oh man. Yep. Oh man. Well,
Father Christmas.
Father Christmas. Yeah.
Not quite
Yes.
Santa.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's true. Father Christmas.
So we'll give him that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Man. How many
definitely
of you?
wouldn't sell my family out for Turkish delights, but maybe like some
Maybe a good set of ribs.
yeah, or like a good cheeseburger.
Some nice wings.
Yeah, what would be your choice? The witch came to you
So,
and was like, "Oh, what food do you want?" I'd be like,
Man.
yeah, some buffalo wings with some ranch dip would be great." And you're just like talking to the witch.
You got saucy fingers. Wipe them all over her coat.
Can I have?
Sorry,
Can I have one more buffalo wing, please?
No more pepperoni pizza, please. Oh man.
You can have more when you bring your brothers and sisters.
I got rooms full of Turkish delight.
Rooms full of buffalo wings. Yeah, you're saying pepperoni pizza, Jeff? So
No,
is it the pizza
that
from the
was
Goofy movie?
General. I'd be like, listen here, witch. Goofy movie, pizza.
I know you don't know any of this, but
Cartoon, pizza.
please tell me you have magic powers just to envision what I'm thinking right now.
Or the grass from
Land Before
Land
Time.
Before Time that Spike eats.
Yeah, well, like,
I don't know why, but I want to eat
Nest.
grass.
It's
now.
like literally his nest, isn't it?
yeah, it's his nest that he just eats. But the whole time you just hear him smacking his lips and just slurping it like spaghetti noodles. You're like, oh, that looks good.
Oh man, I could take a bite of grass right now.
Oh man.
Oh jeez.
Things movies made us think as kids. Yeah.
Yep. Well, we're getting a little off topic.
It's all good.
So
But how many? What were you guys' feelings as Edmund and Lucy come back, and Lucy's overjoyed with the fact that Edmund has seen this magical land that nobody believed her about, and then the first thing he does is like, "Oh, we were just playing pretend."
yeah, just utter betrayal.
Yeah.
Which is one of the more interesting parts where C.S. Lewis kind of, as the narrator or as writing as the third person, he's like, well, this is like the
I
worst
think
part.
it's actually supposed to be Edmund who's like narrating. I came across something where I can't remember, it was some synopsis, but it was like, and then Edmund narrates this, and it was like literally just a narrated part of the book. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem like Edmund's narrating it just by how C.S. Lewis writes it.
Yeah.
It just, it's just almost like a fourth wall break where he's just like, oh, well, in this part, prepare yourself in this part of the story. This is like one of the worst
things to happen
Yeah.
in this story.
in this story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like I was saying, he's doing a really good job of making us hate Edmund
Yeah.
and just justifying all the criticism in our minds that we just throw at him.
Which, I mean, you read the future books, right, and you get a sense. C.S. Lewis can do this. He can make us hate someone. Eustace, Edmund,
Oh my gosh, Eustace.
the uncle and magician's nephew.
Dude.
Uncle.
Oh man.
Oh, uncle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, he does very good at you feel that betrayal. I feel like because we've all kind of, especially as kids, I think, I don't know, at least myself, I've had that feeling before where it's like my friend like threw me under the bus or something like that. Or, you're just like, I've never been betrayed like that before. Like, oh my gosh. That feeling is horrible for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I would witness one of that where literally, like, mom caught you and your friend doing something, and your friend literally threw you under the bus right in front of mom.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
Your face, you were just like,
Or when I got caught trying to sneak popcorn into the movie theater. And my dad just throws me under the bus.
Oh, Greg, how could you?
Your dad. He told you.
They were massive sleeves of popcorn.
So, yeah.
He had masterfully concealed them in a hoodie.
So what you're saying is your dad wouldn't betray his family for any food. But to get rid of food.
Yeah.
It was so sad because we lost so much popcorn.
Yeah, it was a comically big bag of popcorn that I made it like into a tube, and I just put it in my hoodie.
Yeah,
underneath my hoodie, and I was like,
I'll say
had my
pretty well
hands.
concealed.
I mean, I was not acting cool. I was acting like I had
The conspicuous
contraband.
thing was your hands.
Yep. And the movie theater kid. I mean, this was the dollar theater too.
Yeah.
The boy's like, "Hey, what do you have in your pocket?" I'm like, "Oh crap, caught me." I pull out this comically big bag of popcorn. And then my dad's like, "Oh, what? Greg, I didn't know you had that."
Like he didn't know you were sneaking popcorn into the theater.
I'm not raising a freaking. I can't even think of the
Contraband smuggler.
The thing that kills me is our dad was telling you, throw that away, throw that. And you go and you throw it in the thing, and the kid was like, oh, you can take it in this time. Right as you threw it away, and it was like, no!
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, tragic betrayal there.
Oh man.
Yep. Took me a while to get over that.
Oh, man.
Holy cow.
You got Derek with that one.
Oh man. I'm gonna have washboard abs after this, man.
But yes, I think we can all relate to the Lucy's feeling of betrayal of
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, do me a favor. Let's make this conversation a little more sad. I need to calm down.
Oh yeah.
Peter's response to what he calls Edmund a little beast.
Yeah,
right.
Little beast.
Little beast. Oh man.
Once
So
they're in
nasty.
Narnia, you mean, and he finds out Edmund was lying.
Yes. When he finds out he was lying. Yeah, and man, the what was it? When they first finally realize, and Edmund kind of reveals, oh, he was there, right? Yeah. But when they finally get in there, let's see. I think we can. The beaver situation's pretty mellow. I want to jump to Edmund when he leaves the beaver's house, right? So
He sneaks out.
they're chatting to the beavers. He sneaks out, and I do like how the 2005 movie kind of establishes Mr. Beaver being suspicious of Edmund because Edmund was staring off towards the witch's castle, like when Mr. Beaver kind of catches him in the movie. But in the book, Mr. Beaver's just kind of like, I had a feeling about him, but so they kind of established something
to offend, but
that brother of yours. But
treacherous.
the movie makes it seem instant, like he's just walked down the road and he's at the witch's house, right? It's not that far away, but in the book, I feel like it's such a symbolic narrative of descending into like darkness as Edmund's walking, because he doesn't have his coat, he's trudging through the snow, and it talks about how like at first the moonlight was there kind of lighting, and then the moonlight got covered and it started to snow, and it just got dark and miserable and cold, and he's just like falling through the snow drifts.
And he does have like one moment where he thinks of turning back just because of how miserable it is.
Yeah.
But then he says, when I'm king, I'm going to build roads. That's
And
the first thing I'm doing.
yeah,
that makes
he
him
just
think,
keeps
oh yeah,
thinking
now I'm
and
king. And that's just like that one
stewing
thing
over
that
what
just
he's gonna
keeps
do to
going
his siblings.
into his bad decisions.
Yeah.
Well, if I remember at the BBC version though, it does show him walking there. You know, he like sits at a tree resting, and then you have like the ghost, the astral image of his conscience.
He like responds to himself.
Like, you really think you should be doing this?
Should we turn around? Oh, hush you.
All for, remember, some more Turkish delight.
Rooms of Turkish delight.
Rooms, yes.
Oh man, yeah. And then just the sheer disappointment. I think pure. I mean, in my opinion, Edmund really is he's supposed to be like the hero of the story in a way, the hero's journey, because this is like his descent into darkness, right? Because the book was really being images of Christ, galore, but a narrative of the hero's journey, right? Edmund starts out as this imperfect, very, very flawed character who, has this destiny, is rejecting it, descends into darkness and into misery, right? And I mean, even on top of that, when the witch gets in her sleigh, I feel like the darkness descension is even further, where he talks about being like shoved into the corner of the sleigh, no coat, the mud and the snow like whipping up at him, and just being entirely miserable to the point where he kind of zones out, like just wishing he could like undo everything, right? And I feel like just it's in such a simplistic way, a great way to narrate just how somebody can fall into such a horrible situation, right? The pure ecstasy that the Turkish delight gave him, kind of, and just that being the temptation, right, leading him down, and still telling yourself when you're so miserable as he was, oh, I'm just gonna get more Turkish delight. I'm just gonna get more Turkish delight, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it for sure. Definitely.
Oh yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
What, you guys, in the weird moment to laugh, but I want to then talking about Aslan, in the BBC when Aslan's name is mentioned the first time. You guys remember that moment? In the book, it describes them all getting this kind of wonderful feeling, like Aslan, but in the BBC, they're like, Aslan, and then they're all like, and the camera pans up with them, and they're all, it goes to each of them, and then Edmund is like,
Yeah.
oh man, Aslan. What do you guys think of Aslan? What's your guys' thoughts on him?
Yeah, I think he's awesome. I love Aslan. He's definitely like we talked about, the Deus Ex Machina. Is that
Or
how you
Deus
say it?
Ex Machina, or in this case, Deus Ex Leo.
But I gotta say, Liam Neeson is the perfect choice.
Yeah, if
for
you weren't
Aslan.
going to say it, I was, because he definitely nailed that role.
voice is just butter.
And one thing I gotta say about the 2005, it looks like obviously all the budget went into CGIing Aslan, because he looks way better than anything else in that movie. Which you're like, oh my gosh! And this is why when the live action Lion King was being made, and everyone was like, we should go see it, I was like, I have seen Disney do a way better CGI
Oh my
lion.
gosh.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Quite a contrast for sure. And yeah, I feel like it was necessary to make him seem so majestic, right? Because that's like his appearance.
Yeah.
He's supposed to seem so intimidating,
It
majestic.
even says they're like, even though they have all the good feelings about him, they're still intimidating. Like, they're both arguing who should speak first. Beaver, speak first. Oh no, the humans first. Susan, you speak first. Ladies first. Well, you're the eldest.
Peter finally, okay, I'll go.
I think Mr. Beaver, or it's either Mr. Beaver or Mrs. Beaver, their discussion in The Dam does a really great job of describing Aslan about, because Susan's like, is he safe? And it's like, I didn't say anything about his being safe. Of course he's not safe.
Yeah.
But he's good.
Wild.
Yeah, he's a wild lion. He's not a tame lion, but he's good, which I'm always like, that is something that's so overlooked in Christianity with God in general. Like, everyone thinks he's either super punishing and just super just, or he is just overly merciful and willing to forgive and accept anything, where it's like, no, he's not safe. He does have the ability to just like he has enforced and put forth the laws that define our spiritual salvation, but at the same time, he is good and does so much to help us. That doesn't mean he's safe, because he is the master of heaven. He's like, Jesus was able to calm a storm. That probably means he can start a storm if he wants to as well.
Yeah.
With just the blink of his eyes.
Yeah.
Do you think
Peeler of fires, right?
A lion to represent Christ is like the perfect animal to choose?
Well, he was also called the Lion of Judah, which I guess, let me ask you this, my fellow lads. Do you call the Chronicles of Narnia or the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe an allegory? Would you say it's an allegory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, I come with notes. What if I told you it's not?
Oh, no.
And here's why. Because Lewis himself said...
let's hear it, nerd.
Well, this was another reason why, like, Tolkien said the story was too allegorical. That he said that this. Well, that's because when I realized this, it was so cool. Okay, so I hope you find it as cool. And like even Tolkien said the story was too allegorical, and Tolkien went on record saying he is not a fan of allegory because it takes away the imagination of the reader and like doesn't give them the freedom to interpret things the way they should or the way they can. But even Lewis said it wasn't an allegory. He said it was a supposal. A supposal is a story. It's like a what if scenario, or like suppose this happened, and then you just write about that.
These authors just creating all the words they want.
Yeah, it's something called supposal. Like in Lewis's own words, he said, "I did not say to myself, let us represent Jesus as he really is in our world by a lion in Narnia. I said, let us suppose that there were a land like Narnia, and that the Son of God, as he became a man in our world, became a lion there." And then imagine what would happen. Because if you read the whole Chronicles, I don't know, have you guys read all 7 books?
I haven't.
Greg hasn't.
A small spoiler for you. In the 7th book, that's when he kind of reveals himself to be actually Jesus. So it's not an allegory.
Okay.
And even in, I believe it's Voyage of the Dawn Treader, where he says, in your world I go by another name. Or maybe that's Prince Caspian.
There's allusions to it.
By
Like
knowing
he
me
has
here a
different
little, you may know me
appearances in
better
other
there.
worlds. Yeah.
So with that being said, if this is really the Son of God who died for our sins in our world, that means he did that for Edmund, Peter, Lucy, Susan. He already died for them, and then he died again for Edmund's sins, which I was like, whoa, wait a second. This is the same guy that just has all knowing, and he just takes the form of a lion here, which, oh man, it just blew my mind when I read that. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because at first when I read the last battle and at the end I was like, so it's not an allegory at all, huh? No wonder it was so on the nose. What the heck? But now I understand the whole point here. Because an allegory's also main intention is to instruct and then entertain. Like Animal Farm is a great allegory. Yeah. It's definitely entertaining, but it definitely follows the beats of the characters in that time in history to paint the picture that Orwell wanted to send to everyone, like, this is bad because of this. Yeah. And that was to instruct. Whereas Narnia, Lewis wanted to entertain most of all. And that's what it is. And he did a great job of making 7 books where you can pick up one, not knowing anything about any of the others, and still kind of follow what's happening and understand. It gets better if you read all 7. You have so much more backstory and connections. Oh, yeah. But you're still going to be entertained whether or not you've read one or the other.
Yeah, that's so true.
Interesting. I like that.
Yeah. A symposium?
A supposal.
A supposal.
Yeah. And since we're on that, on the topic of, of Aslan being Jesus, and we already mentioned once about him dying for Edmund, Edmund's mistakes. This is kind of
appease the deep magic.
To appease the deep magic. Whenever I read this part, it helps me understand more the atonement of Jesus Christ so much more. Because, like, you hear this, Aslan's doing this to appease the deep magic. Some nebulous laws that must be followed, otherwise catastrophic consequences.
The entirety of Narnia will be overturned.
The entirety of the world is just going to, like, reality is not going to exist. Yeah. Like, because we hear that, or we're taught that Jesus did this to satisfy the demands of justice. And, you know, we know that we see, okay, that's punishment. That's what we deserve or for our wrongdoings. But it's still not clear. It's still something cloudy. We can't really imagine, each of us imagine something different. And this is the same thing. The deep magic, it's some nebulous law that must be followed.
Established at the beginning of the creation. Right.
Yes.
By the emperor across the sea. Yeah. Oh, I love the setup that there's there's more beyond this world, right? Like there's so much more beyond it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have Aslan go through, you know, being shamed and tortured then killed.
I admit I got pretty emotional in that moment. When he was
still do.
shaved and it talks about all the creatures just coming and beating at him and I was just like, oh gosh. And I was reading this to my daughter and luckily she was like half asleep.
To your kid too? Okay, because I was reading to my son and I was like, and it's when my son was like, it's when he was starting to crawl that I read it to him. And we were reading this part. Like I was sitting on the floor while he was just crawling and rolling around. And as I'm like reading Aslan rising from the dead and appearing to Susan and Lucy, that's when he like was crawling up to me. He like tugged at my shirt and I just looked at him in the eye. He's like looking at me in the eyes and I'm just like, you know, I was already misty-eyed. And then I was just like, he died for you and me, son. And I'm like picking him up and I'm just like praising the Lord and just talking about how wonderful the gospel is to this like understanding little boy of mine.
Hi, Dad.
I was just, it's like he saw like I was onto something and he was just like, you got it, Dad. Oh my heavens. It was so wonderful. But every time I read this again, I'm like, I can't say I fully understand because God doesn't let us understand everything about his character or his plan. But he lets us understand enough just so we can feel what we need to feel to become devoted and dedicated and follow his will. And that is what I think is just so amazing. And by the way, the 2005 version, I think they did a great job of him like you have the dawn rising and the music is swelling up. And there you have Aslan just stand with the light behind him. And you're just like, so amazing.
Yeah. And they're just in this, Susan and Lucy are just in this deep darkness, and then the sun rises, and I love when they're like on Aslan's back and he's like, cover your ears, I'm gonna roar. And it just the crescendo from that moment, it was just like I had to read through that chapter after reading through the sacrifice chapter because I'm like, all right, I gotta get past this. I gotta get to the happy moment.
It's a catastrophe, as Tolkien put it. It is.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then pretty much, Deus Ex Machina, catastrophe. Aslan saves the day, right? Everything kind of unfolds from there with him going to...
I mean, part of like the statues, what I love is that he has to breathe on them. And, you know, Christ is often referred to as the breath of life. And so I kind of love that.
That was some great symbolism. And it's still, Christ healed people through peculiar ways, like, you know, spit and put clay on a man's eyes to heal his blindness. So like when I read that, I was just like, yeah, it really fits. Doesn't sound out of character to me. Just go and they just come back to life.
Like they're frozen and he's thawing them, right?
Yeah, and then Lewis describes them as like a newspaper getting burnt, but the colors, like how the flame goes around the edges of the paper and then crawls until the paper is gone, but their colors return. Like, it was a nice description on his part.
Oh yeah, that's a great description. So. The 2005 movie does pretty cool effects with like when Tumnus is breathed on, his hair like ripples. Yeah, just like ooh.
Yeah, you really like that, didn't you, Greg? With all that skin and hair.
Yeah, you know, put a shirt on him or something. But
it was funny. The first thing my wife says when she saw Tumnus, is that guy from Split? Like not the character. It's the same actor. Yes.
That's new Professor X.
Yeah.
New Professor X.
I think that was one of his first movies. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, how did you like in the BBC version when they're on their way to the castle, Aslan flying, and it's like a puppet like on a stick, and they're just like moving it on like a grease screen. Just
I'll say, They tell the story.
They're
That's
doing what
about
they
it.
can. We'll give it to them.
It's just so charming. I love it.
Oh yeah.
So
I want to talk about the battle. I want to get into that.
Yes, because the book doesn't really give much detail, so I'm really glad the filmmakers were like, we're going to have fun with this, okay?
This is the cool part.
and this is, I feel like this is some Tolkien influence on C.S. Lewis.
No doubt.
Tolkien rarely goes into details on the battles in his books, at least The Hobbit.
They're talked about after the fact almost. Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, that's just like The Hobbit, very Tolkien-esque. But
Yeah.
what are your guys' thoughts?
Oh man, that scene when the phoenix is shot from the arrow and just and then the White Witch comes through it with her polar bear sled and just
Where you
bursts the
have
flames.
just the quiet and just like the heartbeat right before the collision of the two armies. And you also have like my favorite side character. What's the centaur's name? Is like Brodius or Proteus or something.
Man.
Like you hear his name mentioned one time and it says peace, Brodius. And you just hear the shing as he pulls out two swords. And he has all the coolest moments in the film, like when they're running and he's with that rhino. And I think that rhino is so cool too. And they're like, let's do this, brother. And the rhino's just boom, boom. And then you have the centaur just going in and the minotaur grabs him. And he does these gymnastic moves and just stab him with his two swords. And then he just whips out another great sword. I'm like, this guy's just packing. And he's just like, I'm like, it's the Aragorn of centaurs. He leaps over. Oh my gosh, that guy. I love a good side character, man.
Christian movies, as the Christian movies come, that battle scene, ooh yeah, pretty epic.
Well, if you also look in the background, there's a lot of fun stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like when they charge, like for a split second, you see on the hilltop, you see this goat man getting bit in the leg by a boar. Yeah. He's like I'm just so happy for that boar. He's just going to town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great impression.
No, that was more like the dog man. Just they came bounding over.
Oh yeah.
Ozzy.
Yeah,
dude.
When it comes to books adapting to movies, I think there's an importance, like with the Lord of the Rings, right? This is why the Lord of the Rings the movies are so beloved, even though they changed so much from the books.
And they took out so much.
Yeah, I mean, you have to exclude some things that the authors write because that's narrative can't really be adapted.
Everything, especially with Tolkien.
And then you got to put in stuff that people are going to want to watch. And I mean, a good battle that is going to be characteristic of what is described in the book is awesome. And oh man, and you guys talk about kind of still hating Edmund after the fact. For me, I do feel some redemption from him.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
The way it describes him in the battle in the book, he was witnessing how the White Witch kept turning all the people that were coming after her into stone because they were coming after her. And Edmund, and he thinks, and again in the movie they emphasize how Peter tells him to run off and to retreat, and Edmund's like, I'm not going to follow you still, but
Edmund's not king yet.
Peter's not king yet.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry. Take away my nerd card.
But he sees he's like, I got to go after the wand, and that's and then he ends up, of course, getting stabbed after he ends up breaking the wand. But it's so satisfying, such a satisfying scene when he gets in there and finally takes out the wand.
And you got that cool animation when it shatters.
Yeah, gets stabbed.
I guess one thing I forgot to mention, since you mentioned that we still kind of dislike him, that was all you. Let me throw you under the
I mean, it's hard for me.
But the point I want to make with that is I think it's so great. It kind of goes back to the atonement, because you realize at that point we are all Edmund. We have all we all felt that we've been betrayed by our siblings or something. Like me being the youngest of 8 kids, I had 3 older brothers, and I remember the scriptures have a lot of the youngest becomes king, like David became king of Israel when he was the youngest of all his brothers. So, and I definitely wanted to be the more special one. Terrible way of thinking. But like, so you can kind of see where Edmund's coming from, but at the same time you can't justify what he's doing is right. But then you realize, like, well, I'm no better than Edmund. I need the perfect person to take the punishment away from me so that I can become perfect someday too. And once you realize that you are Edmund, you kind of like him a little better.
No, I get it. Okay, I get it.
But let's hear your justification.
So,
I just threw you under the bus.
I get it.
At least I'm not pulling popcorn out of your pocket.
There's so much to dissect here, but I kind of put it in the same category as Snape. It's like Snape redeemed himself, but I still hate him because he was so horrible to Harry.
And
he didn't need to be.
Neville. Like, he was horrible.
He was
more
a
than just
jerk. He was an a-hole.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I forgive Edmund and I accept his redemption, but I still have that, he was still kind of a turd. I still don't have to like him.
Well, he has the growth in the other books. Like in Prince Caspian, when Lucy's seeing Aslan and no one else is. In the books, Edmund, he's the first to say, I think we should believe Lucy, because he's like, look what happened when I chose not to believe Lucy, or totally let you guys not believe Lucy.
There is some character.
There's
growth
a lot of character growth in him.
But like I said, in the kind of earlier, I think Edmund is kind of the embodiment of the hero's journey, because he descends, right? He even dies, literally, like he gets stabbed by the witch, and then he comes back from after his redemption, right? From destroying the wand, destroying the thing that was causing all the destruction across Narnia, and because he's the High King, right? He's supposed to be the older brother, the leader, and Edmund is kind of, like you said, he's the us in that story. That we've been wrong, whether we felt wronged by anyone around us, and we feel like the need to take almost a vengeance and like feel ourselves earning something. Exactly how Edmund is. I think C.S. Lewis, again, it seems like such a simple story upon reading it. But, like diving deeper in it, you see what was it? Supposal of it.
Symposium. We can have a symposium on this.
and it's just so masterful, and just being able, and even then, I will say, comparing this, the way this book is written to like Tales of Alvin Maker, Orson Scott Card, leagues above C.S. Lewis in the ability to write. Like, just the way Tales of Alvin Maker is written is like, it's masterful work of literature in the sense that in how it's written. It follows all the rules. It's beautifully written. Chronicles of Narnia is for kids, and it's written very choppy almost, right?
Well, like, there's not much to describe, and like we said, it starts fast, and it's just like, they go into this house that's really odd and peculiar. They find a wardrobe. Lucy decides to step into the wardrobe, and everyone goes like, I'm not knowing, like, Tolkien just describing every floorboard and tree branch, which that's what Tolkien wanted. He wanted you to be so immersed in this world that you could picture it yourself, whereas Lewis is like, you're not stupid, kids. You can imagine all this normal stuff. Let me just tell you what happens with all this normal stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have a couple points, though, kind of that I'd like to bring up about the battle.
Let's do it.
First one, and this is kind of where I compare it to Marvel in the Marvel movies, is the deaths that don't mean anything. I know you talked about that centaur and the rhino and stuff, and it's like, he got turned to stone. It's like, oh, well, he can come back to life.
Hey, the rhino died.
I think he got shattered, didn't he? Yeah.
No,
he gets implied that he's turned to stone, because as soon as he lifts up his sword to hit the witch, it flashes, but then the camera changes to a
And you
centaur in
see
the
him-
courtyard.
You see him with Aslan.
Oh yeah, I think you see him at the ceremony, the crowning ceremony.
So I do struggle with those type of deaths where they're not true deaths. You know, like at the end of Infinity War, it's like you're acting like these are so meaningful, but you know they're coming back. It's like
That's probably
I
why
can't really feel that.
Well, that's probably why in Endgame, when Tony dies, I felt something.
Yeah,
but now they're bringing
Or
Robert
Black
Downey.
Widow, you know, when she dies
and
too.
she dies too. Yes, but now
Those
they're bringing
are real
back
deaths.
Robert Downey Jr. for Doctor, which I was like, I was rolling my eyes so much at that.
But yeah, we don't have to go too much into that. That's a little thing.
And is that more on the movie, or do you feel like in
Yeah.
the book too? There's kind of
more
a
of the
sense?
movie for sure.
Yeah, because I mean the book describes Aslan as, you know, he takes Lucy to go and heal everyone with her little potion she got from Santa. Which one thing I want to say about that: how fantastic is it that Santa shows up and arms a bunch of children and tells them you're gonna get into some messes.
Well, that's kind of what I guess the difference between Father Christmas and Santa. And in Narnia, I guess Santa's he's kind of like a mythological creature as well to us, because he's kind of the harbinger of spring, that winter is over. And he doesn't give meaningless toys. He gives things to be prepared for what's going to happen in spring. He arms them, and in the book, he gives the dam repair.
Yeah.
So it's like
Mrs. Beaver's new sewing machine.
yeah. So like once the snow like melts and starts to flood, the dam's going to be repaired. So it's not going to have catastrophic effect. And for the sewing machine, what connection can I make to that? I guess she has to make
She
new
lost
clothes.
it when the wolves broke in.
Everyone is going to need new springtime clothes, so she has to sew those, I guess. Also, side note, was this a little weird in the 2005 version, everyone had like British accents except the wolves? Mogrim was like, he sounded oddly American.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
And another note, I guess since we brought Mogrim, remember the battle between Mogrim and Peter in the BBC version?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Red
God.
screen guy.
He's just choking him.
That guy, he was like, "This is my role. I'm going to do
my
it."
destiny.
Yeah, I think all
When
of
they're
them
reading the
were
letter
like
in
that.
Tumnus's house, and Mogram appears, and he's at the very end of the letter.
Yeah, that's like in The Dark Knight. Wait for. You got a little fight in you. I like that. Batman to the crowd. Oh, perfect. You're going to love me.
You know, my father.
How I got these scars.
You know, you remind me of my father. I hated my father.
No, it's you know, I hated my father, and you remind me of him.
Yeah,
For those of
debate
you who
Greg
don't
on
know, Greg would always mix up quotes, and it would drive me nuts when I worked with him.
You know,
it's kind of a joke.
Sometimes on purpose, but most of the time on accident.
It's definitely
even
created
if
some
it
of
was
the best lines.
Oh man! All right, well, we got to kind of wrap this up. There's one more thing I want to talk about: the battle that bugs me a little. And I get it's a children's story; it's a fairy tale. You know, like it's just hard for me to believe that kids get these weapons and then they're like sword masters, like Peter. You know, I will say, I had this little foam shield and this pull tube, and I was fighting my dog with it. It is very effective. Pushing with
like
the
the
shield,
other day.
hitting with the pull tube, and like boom, like super effective. But still, like, just kind of believe these kids are like masters at
able to
arms.
fight off these demon creatures.
Like Peter's going toe to toe with this witch.
Oh, the BBC makes it even worse because they're like literal children.
Yeah, they're like even smaller. At least the Peter in the new one is like pretty, burly.
Edmund seems pretty like inept, almost more so inept in the battle. But like Peter and Susan seem to be these masterful. Like Susan's expert with the bow, and Peter is just this epic fighter. Yeah.
So, you know, that's
Definitely
just a no.
treads into the, we don't really need to explain why. They just are for this
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah, I feel like there is a lot of that in a lot of children's fiction and things like that. They're just, I mean, I just wish there was like that little montage. Just put a little training montage in there.
Well, in the 2005 version, it shows like Edmund and Peter training on horseback and fighting, and Susan at the archery range. But I don't think Susan and Lucy ever fight in the battle, which Santa said, or Father Christmas, said it's an ugly affair when women get involved in battles.
He says, I don't expect you to use these in the upcoming battle.
And at the beginning of the battle, they have their skirmish, and then they start to retreat. So you don't see like it kind of makes sense. And like my suspension of disbelief is there because I'm like, oh yeah, he's an inexperienced fighter. Yeah, he's not going to be there for long. And Edmund was in the back lines the whole time. So yeah, let's retreat. Let's try to thin out their lines with the rocks and everything with our archers. And yeah, but yeah, like the going toe to toe with the witch when she's like part giant, part djinn, over a millennia
kicking everyone's butt, and then when she gets to Peter, I mean, granted, she did kick Peter's butt. Like in the movie, she's got him on the ground. She stabbed the sword into his arm, and she's ready to like kill him.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And then Aslan comes. Deus Ex Leo.
Rips her face off. In the BBC one, she just falls off the car. He roars at her and she's like, oh! Has a heart attack or something.
I forgot to mention that when Edmund in the BBC one, when Edmund first goes back to her and he's like, can I have Turkish delights? And she's like, you dare? It's so funny.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Yeah, what a great adaptation. BBC.
Oh, yeah.
You did so good.
There's a 70s cartoon. I haven't watched the full thing, but funny enough, the kids have English or they have American accents. Now, the clips I have seen of it are pretty funny. So, just gotta have a little movie night to watch them all.
So, well,
did you guys hear about Netflix?
Yes,
they're making,
and I really hope they do not screw this up because they do the whole Chronicles. That'd be great.
Well, I've heard that they're in the works of buying Warner Brothers.
No way.
Yeah, so that would be they would take over DC Comics and
Oh,
or is it that Universal?
Huh?
Is Warner Brothers Universal?
I think I saw
Warner Bros.
Warner Bros.
Is DC. Are you talking about Godzilla?
Universal, I think, is owned by Disney now.
Jeez.
Anyway, we'll digress on that. We can
Conglomerates.
Yeah, we're running low on time,
but yeah,
that'll be interesting.
I guess we just go straight to the ending. Talk about it. One couple more little things. Okay, I have to mention. I feel like we got to talk about.
Well, I think it's about time. I think me and Derek have been filling up most of it.
Yeah.
You got to get some of you more.
Talk. So I just have to note how I think it's just hilarious how they talk at the end. You know, I wrote down some fair counsel.
When I was
Let
reading
us
that
now
out loud.
align from our horses and follow this beast into the thicket. Madam, if you should look upon it, you should see it, that it is a pillar of iron with a lantern set atop thereof. Oh, I just love it. And then, like, they go back into the normal world as children again, and then they're like talking normal and being normal. I just find it hilarious, and it made me think of like all those people that talk about their like salvia trips. I don't know, have you guys heard about those?
Salvia trips.
It's like a hallucinogenic drug.
Is this from Joe Rogan or something?
Oh yeah. Okay. So it's literally a drug that people will take, and it's like they go on a trip for 15 minutes, but they'll be in another world for years. This comedian Ari Shaffir talked about how he went, and he like went for months and like had a family.
Oh my gosh.
Had kids, and then came out of the salvia trick, and it's like it was so real.
So it's kind of like that game in Rick and Morty where you're like
Roy's life.
Yeah,
or whatever.
you play Roy's life, and it could just whatever you choose, you live out your whole life.
Yeah.
All it's a matter of seconds.
Or Big. I guess Big's a little different. He becomes an adult with a child's brain.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of just what I thought of with them. They're just like, they're in Narnia for years. And then they come back.
There's probably some theories on
with
that.
like minutes.
C.S. Lewis just had a salvia trip.
Minutes pass by in the normal world. And then their brains that have gone through years and years and years of growing up and maturing, that now they're back in children's bodies. That's like a whole story.
I think you're thinking too much, and it implies so much.
I know.
I like to imagine it kind of like a video game, right? Like with Link, you think, right? Especially Ocarina of Time. Man, I always call it Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, that's because you're probably eating meat while you're in it, because meat's back on the menu, boys.
But
Or Orca
of Time. Ocarina. Hey, Ocarina. Ocarina of
The
Time.
Macarena of Time.
Macarena of Time. Right. Like you play a game, you get immersed in it, and I picture it kind of like that. Like the kids aren't going to come back out of the wardrobe messed up, because it was almost like a video game being such a magical place, right? They were immersed in this game, came out of it, having learned something, but not so much, been completely altered. But
yeah,
that's
I'll try
my
not to
justification.
think about it too much. That was just what came to
It
mind.
is for children, after
You
all.
don't want to, You don't want to think, because in the book it talks about how many suitors came after Susan. Suitors were coming after Lucy, and you're just like, they're still kind of kids.
Yeah, who were these suitors too? Were they human or were they like a centaur?
Well, some of them were the Calormen, as you read in The Horse and His Boy, and they're kind of like, they're basically human.
Yeah.
They're just like Saudi Arabian.
Because there were humans in Narnia. They were just in like
in the
different
other countries.
Yeah.
Because you had what was
in the very beginning, there were some humans.
Yeah,
that
there was
were
like
introduced.
Arkenland and
Yeah.
Isles
I'll
of the Sea.
I'll have to read the rest of them for sure.
It's a fun read, and on Audible, some of the narrators are hit and miss if you get like the whole pack like I did. But the last one is Patrick Stewart for The Last Battle.
Yeah.
He does a great job with that.
But yeah, let's get to the ratings then,
Yeah.
fellas.
Okay. Oh, dang. This is a tough one to rate, because I want to rate it super high. But, I mean, again, I feel like there's, like I said, with the writing, understanding that it is a children's book, I feel like I'm almost thinking back to, I'm like, I feel like C.S. Lewis wrote this better. But I would give this like a high 9 for sure. Like for me, it's I mean, just fantastic book. The story, magical and inspirational. I will always go back to it and reread it. I think book for kids, it's probably a 10 out of 10 for me. As I got older, like I said, I start to analyze things a little too much, and I'm like, okay, this, that. But I mean, again, meant more for kids or younger audiences.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think, Derek?
I'm about the same train of thought there, where like as for kids, I'm like, oh yeah, 11 out of 10, absoluto. But like as we mentioned, there's a lot to be desired in my adult mind. Like I wanted to hear more about the battle, or just them talking all Shakespearean and then just coming back and being like, oh, reset. Like there's those little things where you're just like, oh, that could have handled, or like you want more details on, because like I said, Lewis is like, this happened, you're smart enough to fill in the gaps. I'm like, well, can you fill them in a little bit better, good sir?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like I still love it, so I'm probably high 9s as well, probably like 9.5, 9.6.
Dang, fellas.
But yeah, if you need to bring it down, that's
I'm gonna bring it down a bit.
like it was really good because of that experience I had with my boy. Like I can never dog on this book.
No, I do love the parallels that he brings to it, but I can't help but compare it to another children's book written around the same time, The Hobbit. So if you're going to say that The Hobbit is the
paragon of
Yeah.
children's book because it like grows up with you, and as an adult, you still enjoy it.
Yeah,
more.
as an adult,
I wouldn't give the same age range for those two between them though, because The Hobbit for me is, as much as it is a children's book in Tolkien's eyes, there's no way I would be reading that like in my mind as a kid. Like I probably would have to wait till I was like a teenager to wait.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I've read it to my boy already, and I've had him listen to it with me. Like we try to read it every year around September, around Bilbo's birthday. But like you can tell if you look closely at the narration of The Hobbit versus The Lord of the Rings. It's a lot more whimsy. It's very different, and you can tell like he's talking to kids, but he's not talking down to kids, and he's still like wanting to just go into all the lore because when you meet Elrond, he's like, oh, he's in all these stories, but we can't get into them, and it's probably because when he was like writing The Hobbit and sharing it with his son Christopher would like correct him like, you said the dwarves' hood was sky blue, now you're saying it's red, and like he would have Tolkien just like Christopher Tolkien says like, yeah, when my dad walked out of the room after that night, I heard him like puff on his pipe. Damn the boy. Yeah. So like maybe Tolkien's so meticulous because his boy was so meticulous.
Yeah.
But like, and with The Hobbit, like it grows up with, or like you feel like you're growing up with it because like you get something more out of it every time, and you do with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Sure.
But it's just not as, you don't sink as much of your metaphorical teeth into it.
There's not as much depth to it for sure.
Yeah.
And I get it. We're not comparing apples to apples here.
Yeah.
It's apples and oranges, but still it's hard not to compare it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of the same era. They're very, similar authors in a way, but I'm going to have to go in the 7s, probably like a 7.6 for me. I haven't read, I think maybe reading the whole series might help, make me enjoy it a lot more. But
there's more to it.
Still
as a
very
whole,
enjoyable,
for sure.
but still a lot to be desired in my opinion. So
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely
that's
deserves
totally
to be, an all-time classic though.
Oh yeah. It's definitely deserved every accolade that it has received.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So awesome. Yeah. Let's quickly, Derek.
Oh yes.
You get to decide
what book
what's-
shall we have for the
for
new
next month.
year?
Yeah.
How about for the new year, the most going into the future we have ever been in our lives? We take a look at the past to dinosaurs. Jurassic Park.
I thought you were going to say Land Before Time.
It's not a book, is it?
I don't know.
If it is, I want to read it.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's do Jurassic Park.
I love it. So,
I have never read this one, so I'm excited.
Ooh,
you
are
have
in for
it?
a
Oh,
treat.
my, Jeff. Yeah. Okay. So, you have to read it with the book, though, right, Derek?
I would say with the book because it has like charts and everything, like with their computer
like
screens and
charts.
everything.
Yeah.
That's right.
See, yeah, I read it with the. I listened to it with the audiobook when I first read it, and definitely missed out on those. So
Yeah, the charts definitely like help enhance a lot of stuff, which we'll talk about in our next
oh
episode.
yeah, for sure.
Sick.
So,
Yeah, that's great.
That's
Are we,
Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. So
Are we including any of the movies?
yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah,
All
we can-
three?
All three. And if you want to start dogging on the Jurassic worlds, I'm fine with that. We'll definitely get into those topics as well.
All right.
So for sure, we'll include Jurassic Park the movie. But
Cool.
Yep, that'll be for next month. But yeah, anything else?
Good.
We are glad you joined us, and we hope to see you next time.
Yeah, we apparently don't know how to keep it within an hour and a half anymore. So
I thought we could.
yeah, we like to ramble.
We need to
sometimes,
shorten
for
our
sure.
top fives, let's be honest.
All right. Well, this has been Big Rascals. Keep reading, keep writing, and stay rascally, my friends. Catch y'all later.
Bye.
See ya.